What's up, guys? So today we're doing a little bit of a different type of video. We're doing a little story time. So basically, these events that I'm about to tell you happened over the course of 3 or so years. I'm gonna try to explain it in the best of my ability, like in order of what happened. Obviously, I don't remember every little bit, but yeah, let's get into it. So basically, freshman year, it's right around the new year, right after, like the day after Christmas break. I come home from school on the bus and I have pretty bad headache. So I just think nothing of it. I take some ibuprofen, whatever. It goes away in a few hours. But the next day, I wake up with like super super bad like stomach pain and like dizziness, nausea, all the above. And before this, like October or yeah, like October and November, I had like two sicknesses back to back that that'll play a part later in the story. But basically, I just had super bad stomach pain, dizziness, nausea all day, and I was like throwing up everything I was eating. It was bad. But yeah. So that goes on for a few days, and we get an appointment. We're like, what's going on with him? And they do a bunch of tests, CAT scans, brain scans. This is all through like, or well, the first day I don't think they did any tests, but throughout like the months we used to like CAT scans, brain scans, like even what's that thing called when pregnant people get like the gel on their stomach? I forget what that's called, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. They do that for me for my stomach, like all the above, and they can't figure out what's wrong with me. So now it's around like March or no, February. It's only been like a month, and we've done all that. And they do us, and they can't figure out what's wrong with me. So they say, okay, we're just gonna bring you in for surgery, not surgery, but they do a scope, which is basically they put me under anesthesia and they get like a camera and they like try and like put it down my stomach to see like what's going on, and they can't find anything. But I after that day, like we think the anesthesia just like reset me, like I was perfectly fine, back to normal, whatever. So we don't think anything of it, and now it like all throughout the rest of the school year, even like into summer, like I'm perfectly fine, nothing's wrong with me. And then November comes again, and now it's getting colder weather, and it's my stomach starts acting up again. So we go to the same doctor, and she can't figure out what's going on. But this time I don't have dizziness, and I don't have the pain. It's just, well, sometimes I have pain, but no dizziness. It's just nausea. And so basically, we go to a different doctor, and he does the same test, whatever, and he thinks he knows what's up with me. I forgot the diagnosis, but it didn't matter anyway because it was wrong. So he gives me like these antibiotics, whatever. I take them for like a month or so. They don't work, so we go back to him, and he does a different test. I think he did a CAT scan again, and he thinks he knows what happened to me or my stomach. So he says it's gastroparesis, which a little backstory on gastroparesis. It's very rare in younger people. Normally you see it in like older people who have like diabetes and stuff, and it's every like I think it's like every 1 in 10,000 people have it, and it's 50% more common in women. So yeah, that's basically gastroparesis. It basically, well, I'll explain it, but that's where it's mostly commonly found. So they didn't know why I had it, but I did. So he gives me some antibiotics, and I'm taking them. They're working fine. Whatever, we think it's all cured. Um, and then a few months later, they stopped working. I end up in the ER, like instantly for like 8 hours. I'm there. They're doing IVs, they're running tests, whatever, and they can't figure out what's going on. So we wait a few days to see if the antibiotics maybe would work again. They didn't. So now it's around. It's probably like January at this point of my sophomore year, and we go back to him, or no, we go back to the doctor I was seeing before, like the first one, and she says it's also gastroparesis, so she gives me a different like type of antibiotic, and it works just as well as the other one did, except it's working for months and months and months. So we think everything's cured, whatever, it's fine. And throughout sophomore year, there was a point before I went to the ER. It was like December. I didn't eat for like 5 days straight. I straight water because I gave up on eating. I nothing was staying in. And my freshman year, I lost like 10 pounds. Uh, my sophomore year, I lost 20, and it was really hard for me to gain that weight back because my stomach obviously wasn't, you know, uh, like keeping anything in. So going into my junior year, I weighed like 90 pounds. Uh, yeah, it was bad, but it still stayed with me throughout junior year a little bit. Once again, like it went away during the summer, but once like the cold weather started to kick in, it started coming back. And yeah, so throughout junior year, I kept taking that medicine, and it kept working until like that cold weather started to come. Then it came back, and I stopped eating again for like 4 or 5 days. I think in like November or so because like there was no point eating. I just gave up fully at that point of my ability to eat. Let me think. So after that, we went back to the doctor. The doctor I'm seeing now. So the first one, I was confused. I saw like 2 or 3 different doctors, but the first one that didn't help is now the one that we're seeing that is actually helping. And let me think. She just upped the dose on the antibiotic. It's kept working. It kept doing its job. I was only able to get like I was only eating 1 meal a day though, because that's the only thing my body would allow. Would allow one meal, the first meal of the day, whatever it was, could have been whatever. It was just the first meal of the day. That's all my body would allow. Which this is the worst it's been at this point, because freshman year at least I was able to eat, and I was only throwing up maybe like the last meal of the day or something like that. Sophomore year I was able to eat with this antibiotic, and I was taking it like 3 times a day. And now junior year I'm only like eating 1 meal a day because that's all my body would allow. And yeah, we keep just taking this antibiotic and it's working. Eventually, once again, when the warmer weather starts to come, like April-ish, it just goes away. It's gone, and everything's going like I don't know. It's weird because we don't know. We think it's seasonal and whatever, but when we went back to the doctor the junior year, she changed her mind. She says she doesn't think I have gastroparesis because that's like stays year round and she can see like it's only happening in the colder months for me. So she said I have functional nausea, which is basically the same thing as gastroparesis, but it only happens during the colder months of the year, or like it can only happen at certain points in the year. So that's what I'm diagnosed with right now. I don't know if anything's gonna change, but yeah. So she diagnosed me with that junior year, and everything is fine when the warmer months start to come in. And now we're here, summertime rolls around. I'm eating fine, just like every other year, drinking, eating whatever. Um, September comes around, the beginning of September is fine, and then all of a sudden, the beginning of this week, it starts happening Monday. It came back, and now I haven't eaten since Sunday night because I can't keep anything in. So that's kind of my story time over the course of 3 years. I know it's a lot to compress into like a 10-minute video or something, but it's pretty much the same things happening over and over again. But yeah, so it's been a journey. Still not over. Honestly, I don't know if it ever will be over. They think I might have this for the rest of my life. But yeah, I just came on, make a quick story time about this. Thought it was interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now I'm at the point where I'm just waiting for my body to accept food again. I'm just living off water right now, just like every other year, because that's all my body. Well, junior year I was able to drink like milk and all that dairy. This year, no. This is the worst it's ever been. I can only drink water pretty much, and any like powder like Propel or Gatorade, that powder that I put into it. But yeah, no sugary things, no dairy, nothing. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me for the past 3 going on to 4 years. And I remember it started January 3rd of my freshman year because that was the first day back. And ever since then, it's come back every single year. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope that was a nice little story time for you guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Peace.